Yeah, I'm not too crazy about, there's a little bit of a gap here. This is yellow and it's not cleaning up really. So I've decided after putting in the LED, but I'm going to go with these, is that the right way around? Yeah, these new Costco LED lights in there, because the bottom of these rims, these ones I leave on at night when I go out and that, they're all yellow, so I've decided to modernize it. So let's see what we got to do to modernize this. Just pop it out first and have a look. See, the plaster's coming out too there a bit, so that's not great. This pot, see, is loose. Right, there we go. And you can unclip it here if she wants to. Yeah, I suppose we got to take out the bulb. I'll have a spare bulb now. There we go. And we just, this is one of these unclipped ones. Voila, I just got to take the box out now and we're ready to install it. You're looking right in the old cup holder, and up in here, that screw, you see that? If you screw that anti-clockwise, the cup will start falling out. That's the clip. On both sides there's a screw. That's how easy it is to take these out. You just keep unscrewing it until it's out. Okay? Yep, so there it is. There's the box out. Right, so we'll just leave that hang there a minute and we'll have a look at the new lighting to see what we have to do. The Costco box with the light on it, LED. I've taken it all out. This is the size hole you'll need. Just a wasted cardboard. Now, if you look in here, am I doing that right? There we go. You'll see that there's wire clips in here, so it's all set to go. You bring your main wire in here, put it in the clips. You most likely have to have something to hold the wire, but I hope I have something. And voila, this just runs up like this. Can you see that? You put those two up like that, throw it up in the drywall, and it clamps down on it. And clamps down on it there, sorry, there like that. On the drywall, and it's done. No fancy screws or anything. And there's drawings. And there's an extra clip, but you don't really, all you need is put black and white, and the light will work, doesn't matter which way around. There we go. And of course you have instructions. Okay, we're going to show you quick little tips. So we're going to take out this box here, right? Disconnect, pull it out through this, unloosening this. Keep this for the other box, for the plastic box to hold wire. But there's no lid on this. I don't think there's a lid laying around up there. So I didn't bother putting a lid on it, which is incorrect. Goes to show it's been there 30 years. So we'll just disconnect these ties here. Take this thing apart and use the main cable holder, and that's it. Okay, I'm sure you don't need to see me pull out wires. Yeah, so I need this connector to go in here on this one, if it works in that box. So I've taken it out of this to see if it goes in this. It's worth a try anyway. So you can keep the old light. You might want to put one in the garage over your workbench or over your laundry or whatever that is. So sometimes they're good to keep. Still put an LED bulb in it. Well, there you go. There it is on the side of the box, ready to go. And you just lift that up and put your cable in, and you screw down on it, and you're all set to go. So you have your wires hanging out here, and you just basically poke them into the end of these here, the black and the white. Pretty simple. Love it. So when you get wiring like this, and it's really long, the length is fine. But when you get this squeeze marks on this, and you got these big long wires hanging out, some electrician just quickly ripped it off and threw it all in a box. That's what they do. I'm going to tidy this up a little, cut it here. That's why they leave them long. Cut it here and tidy this all up and not leave this bad grip mark here, which may have damaged the cable. So I'm going to start anew here because there's so much cable, right? And I'm going to re-splice this cable so it's really clean for our box. Just going to show you after you've cut the coaxial, which usually just means going like this down the center of it. with a knife, with your hands away, nothing underneath, none of your hands underneath, and that splits it, and you pull it back, right? And then at the end you just do a little knife mark there, and it'll cut off, right? Long as you don't go through the other cables, right? Anyways, the idea is there, if you can see it. There we go. That's how you cut that off. Now I just want to show you how to get the covering up. This is the AWG 16 nearly always when it's in the roof in our Canadian code system. And you want to go to the 16 cable cutter on this cutting tool and just turn the tool around and pull, and there you have it. So in the 16, they're nearly all 16 for house lights. Into the 16, twist your tool around and pull. Yeah, it nearly did it. If this is older, it will not work too well. I'm just going to show you another way of doing it, if you have one. And that's one of these, which I actually got in a garage sale, which was quite handy. It was missing the knife in the blade, but you just put it where you want it and pull like that, and there you got it. Isn't that lovely? Much more professional looking. And here, hang on. So you put it sideways in the air, and it grips it, and just gives it a pull, and it's off. Love that tool, love that tool. So there you go. There's three ways. You can also do it the old-fashioned way if you have to. Let's cut one of these off. Where you come in, make sure you don't put your finger behind the knife, and you run the knife around the cable and you pull. So if you only have this knife, but don't stick your finger here. Have your finger, I'll do it again. This is just a safety thing. Just always make sure your finger is away from the knife. And always press down away from your finger and go in a circle. And there you have it. I missed a little bit here. See, you can see it. And you just put your nail in and pull. And there you have it. 3 different ways to get your cable, pull back the coating on it, the coaxial covering. Simple. So once to put the white wire in the far side of this connector, which I'm doing. Bing, it's in. And the black one, I don't want the wires twisted up. Hang on, let's get that underneath here. If you can see, I'm just cleaning up the wire to make sure that. And this black one goes on the far side of the black one. I gotta make sure where our wire isn't sticking out too far. So it goes in this plastic thing in the far side. Come on. There we go. And we should have a light here. And we turn on. And there we have it. We have a light. And we just tuck our wires in here. That's nice. And then I put on the lid, which I have in my pocket, of course. Everything a little bit plastic. You have to be a bit more. Now these usually don't have ground. You can put them in the other slot, but I don't think it's worth it. The lid's being a bit stubborn. And there you go. You shove it all up in. Can you see this? I'll go up a little. Tighten it up a bit, it's going to fall off. There we go. You go up in here, you take these 2 famous clips, shove them up the side, and there she is. Oh, I nearly fell there. Let's flip her on. There we go. There's my new light in. I got to clean up a little bit of the roof there with my dirty fingers, but hey! So I found in these, it's interesting, I can connect these wires direct, but I decided no. These 2 black have to go together to go to the next light, these 2 white have together, and I've already twisted the ground together because there is no ground in a plastic box. So what I'm going to do is take a white and put it on here and have a little connector, because you know 2 wires are not going to go into this, only a single. So I'll make a little connector here so you have a single wire coming off that and a single wire coming off this with the twister on there and push them in. So that's the solution to that, instead of cutting these off or doing anything else. Now that's the correct way to twist wire. Having the coaxial twisted bit at the bottom helps strengthen the holding of them. And you put all three together loose and then you twist with the pliers and you get this perfect twisting so you don't get loose connections. And then the caps come on afterwards, right? And then the twist connectors come on afterwards. And now you've got a perfect connection that isn't going to loosen out on you. Now all you got to do is do the other end, poke them in here. We have a light and push these into the box. So all we got to do now is push these in the box and put the white and black single into these connectors here, and we'll have a light.